Okay, I just want to look at finding the angle between two vectors. Okay, so we're going to do an example. We'll try and get the angle between these two vectors. So we'll do I plus j and 5i plus 4. 5i plus, let's go 8j. Alright, so the formula on the formula sheet is the dot product, which equals that. So in order to get the theta, what we need to do is we need to just move the magnitude of A, magnitude of B to the other side. So cos theta is A dot B on magnitude of A, magnitude of B. Okay, so that would be 1 times 5, because you've got to multiply the x's, because it's x1 times x2, and then 1 times 8. So plus 1 times 8, all over the square root of 1 squared plus 1 squared times the square root of 5 squared plus 8 squared. Now, I just want you to think about this. If I plotted those 2 points, so plotted this one, that would be 1, 1. That would be A, and the other one would be 1, 2, 3, 5, and then we go all the way up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's somewhere up here. So what we're doing is getting the angle between these two vectors, which is in there, which is theta. Okay. So do you notice that it is an acute angle? Okay. And when you look at this, you got 5 plus 8, which is 13. Do you notice that the dot product that was on top is positive? Okay. And when it is positive, it makes it an acute angle. So this is root 2 over and 25 plus 64, which is root 89. So to get theta, you just go cos the minus 1 of 13 on root 2 times root 89. So 13 over root 2 times root 89. Root 89. Okay, and you get cos the minus 1 of 0.974, etc. So theta will equal, so shift cos on that, theta will equal 12 degrees and 59 minutes and 40 seconds. So it's about 13 degrees to the nearest degree. Okay, now if it is an obtuse angle, even if you had 3 vectors, so let's just we had one going in this direction, we'll call that A, and then we have another one going in that direction, and I'll call that B. So this one here, this is minus 2i plus 2j, and this B here is 5i plus 3j. So if we want the angle between these two vectors, we use the dot product. And just thinking about a diagram, if you put tail to tail like that, then we're talking about this angle here. Like this is A and this is B. And what will happen is your dot product that is on top will end up being negative. Okay, and as soon as that's negative, that's when you know it's actually an obtuse angle. So that would be A squared, let's actually sub the numbers in, write the formula. So that will be on the mag A on mag B. And it will be an obtuse angle. So let's just see how this works out. So that would be minus 2 times 5. So that's just multiplying the x values. And then when you multiply the y's, you get 2 times 3. Plus 2 times 3 over the square root of minus 2 squared plus 2 squared times the square root of 5 squared plus 3 squared. Okay, so you get minus 10 plus 6 over root 4 plus 4 is 8, 25 and 9 is 34. So it's over the square root of 34. So you've got minus 4 on root 8 times root 34. So do you notice that this here is negative? So that's the dot product. See, the dot product on top is minus 4. That indicates that it would be an obtuse angle. Okay, so if we go, if you just put the minus 4 in and you keep it there, it'll find the obtuse angle straight away because it is negative and cos is negative in that second quadrant. It means that when you go the shift cos and you put it on like a negative adjacent on hypotenuse, it will spit out an obtuse angle because it's taking into account that it's in that second quadrant where cos is negative. Okay, so if we go shift cos on that answer, you end up with 104 degrees and 2 minutes, and that would be the obtuse angle between the two vectors. Now we're just going to look at this year's HSC question because they had a multiple choice that kind of shows this as well. So if you look at this question here, it said the two vectors OA and AB is known that OA dot OB is negative. So if that's negative, that means that the angle between the two vectors would be obtuse because that top part there of this would be negative. So B would be your answer.